Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. So I'm really excited because I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time. If you saw my last video, I think, no, I will probably actually upload this one first. So my next video that has already been recorded, but it will probably be uploaded after this one. Do I still have space here? I was talking about how to make the most out of this channel, out of this space, and yeah, I can use this. Oh yeah, it's perfect actually. And so I was talking about the fact that this type of healing journey is, as the word as the word itself says, journey. So it's not something that you can just sit down and you have one talk and then everything is set in stone and fixed and you're magically healed. Okay, this is I I had a post popping up in my feed just today, and it's stuff that I have been writing and talking about myself, about how painful and and excruciating true healing is, because it's a process from the inside out. And someone might think, okay, it's inside, so it's just about the way I think. No, the nervous system is quite extended. Okay, so when you are trying to heal thought processes, it's also about healing, and this is where it gets triggering and uncomfortable. Even small movements, okay, like the way you move your hands, the way you think and talk about the way you move your hands, like it can be as annoying as this, having to retrain your system so that it starts working better for you. Okay, it's not about becoming perfect, it's not about becoming a being of stone who's just able to sit on their throne and dictate the rules. It's about feeling good within, and until you're able to do so, then you aren't healed, and it might take some time. And this influencer, this woman influencer, shared a very very relatable and very honest thought. If I knew from the beginning how painful it was going to be, I do not know whether I was going to get into it or not. And yeah, it's probably one of the most relatable things, because at some point you start getting a hang of it, where you start trusting more and more in the fact that there is going to be light after the crisis, that the moment where you get down, you are being plunged into the depth of your own ocean. Now I'm being poetic, not not necessarily scientific, but that can help too. Um, and so it's like being under pressure, right? So when you are under pressure, all you can do is go under, and you need to use that time to go under, and you also need to maintain a strong faith in the fact that the system can rebalance itself. The body, the human brain, does have that firepower already. Like, when you're born with it. Okay. And what was I saying? Yes, that when you are being put down under pressure, then there's also the aftermath. Okay, it's not about necessarily liking being under pressure, but it's about being able to access what you truly deserve after you get the release, after you let go of all the ticks, all the self-deprecating thoughts, all the little manias that are there just to keep you quiet, but are you really keeping yourself quiet, or are you killing a beast that is inside you, and perhaps it just needs to sleep, perhaps it just needs to be trained, perhaps it needs a little love, it needs to understand that it's there for a reason. Okay, and so when you are doing this type of journeys, when you are choosing to embark on this type of healing, then this is usually something that is more solitary than not. Meaning that, yes, you are supposed to have either a space or a contact person or something that you can go back to regularly, which is why it is amazing if you can have a trustworthy therapist. Not all of those are good ones, unfortunately. Okay, so do not limit yourself to, okay, I cannot heal because all therapies are bad. Okay, many of those are, and so I am very open about telling people. I think I also did a few readings used on that you can use to analyze whether the exchange that you had with a therapist was actually for like if that person had the best intention, like if it was for your highest good. And so if it's not a therapist, it can be a space, it can be an online forum. It has to be but there has to be something. It can be several forums, like it can be this channel, it can be 10 other channels, okay? But it is also a process of intense transformation, okay? So something that most people that really choose to enter healing report is systematical loss of personal relationships, systematical friendship breakups, no longer being able to deal with your parents as you did before, no longer, or feeling, at least for a certain period of time, feeling incapable of even considering the idea of being with a partner. And you need to remember that that's okay. First and foremost, embrace the process. Take as much time as you need. Always remember that perhaps you didn't have the best people around you because, I don't know, you grew up in XYZ ways, whatever your personal case might be. And so you might lack a little bit, like you might struggle, you might lack representation, you might struggle with positive representation of wholesome and good relationships. This doesn't mean that you can hope for better, and this doesn't mean that you need to stay stuck on whatever it is that life delivered to you. So always remember that even if you never had it before, doesn't mean that you cannot strive to have people who are willing to still consider you as first and foremost as a whole human being. Then could be as a friend, could be as a partner, could be as a wife, husband, whatever the relationship might be. You not being like you being a little for you being a little bit out of your funk, out of your excellence zone shouldn't determine whether you receive love or not. And if it does, then there is something deeply wrong with the relationship that you are entertaining. And this is like the one axiom that can take an entire lifetime to integrate, but without that, there's no real confidence. And you also need to remember that humans do need relationships, though. Okay, you need the other party in order to build yourself. You need to see something different. You need to also be received with indifference sometimes, because you need to understand where you fit and where you don't. It's just normal. And so back to us. Why making this type of frivolous videos? Because the mundane is part of what keeps us all sane. But when you are in a healing process and you cannot stand the mundane, it can be useful to receive the same type of information that you could receive through mundanity, but while you're cozy, while you are letting the information run through your system without any type of possible hiccups, or all of a sudden the person is going to switch up on you. Like, this is a screen. You can turn me off whenever you want. If I start saying stuff that do not resonate with you, you can log off YouTube. You can go seek another reader. You can decide that online readings aren't for you. Okay, but like, this is also the definition of a safe space. This is a space where, yes, you can just sit down and receive the information, and you also have the totality of the control, whether, first and foremost, whether you want to receive the information or not, and at which pace. Okay, sometimes you're receiving a chunk of information that is given to you in 5 minutes, but the message still lasts 15, and you're already out of breath. Fuck off. Go away. Drink a cup of tea, and you can come back in a week. Take as much time as you need. This is the purpose of leaving the information right here. You cannot miss it. You can just come back later. Okay? So let's get into it. This is going to be fun. I have positive feelings. All right, so this is going to be a pick a card. Therefore, we have 3 groups to choose from today. I haven't done a pick a card in a minute, so I really hope I am getting the order right. I think I am. So this is going to be group number 1, and this is going to be group number 2, and this is going to be group number 3. All the cards look the same from behind, okay? So choose energy, choose gut feeling, choose your intuition, but you should perceive that there is at least one card who calls you the most. If you feel called to this video and you realize that you do not resonate with none of those, still let me know. Okay, sometimes it's just a matter of timing. I do not have the time to explore more options, but if you let me know, oh, I've been following you, blah, 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 I really wanted to know what's my secret chart, I will just make episode 2, edition deluxe, whatever, okay? Just let me know. You need to open your mouth in order to be fed, okay? See you at your group. All right, group number 1, you have Proteus, which is in Prometheus, okay? That was the alien. So, for a minute there, I almost mistook this card for another. And the interesting thing is that both cards can represent the same human quality, and in your case, it's about wisdom. So basically, okay, I'm sensing many things. For some of you, you're you're like Beyonce. I'm stingy with my love. Like, you're stingy with your knowledge. Okay, like you might, or you might not always use it for good, or you might just have like latent knowledge about how to, I don't know why I'm getting the word rekindle. That was not the word that I was searching for. Rather, how to organize stuff in order for things to go your way. I don't know why I'm getting, I marked this down already. I don't know why I'm getting technical knowledge. Like, you might know how to deal with machines, but whatever it is that you know, here's the thing. When you talk about it, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. When you talk about it, this is when the light in your eyes can actually be expressed. When you are in your flow space, right? When you are capable of sitting down and you might be intuitive, but okay, for some of you, you're intuitive and you don't know. Like whatever it is that you are able to do when you are in your flow space has a lot to do with intuition and little to do with how much you studied, if that makes sense. Like, yes, you do have, I do see that you did acquire a lot of informations from the outside. Okay? Could be titles, could be diplomas, could be courses, could be anything. Okay? Workshops. You might be someone who likes to stay up to date with things. You might be someone who regularly invests in their education, even if it's just like a 1 week intensive type of thing. You always try to maintain your knowledge top notch, I'm hearing, which is amazing, good for you. And what I was trying to say is this, that yes, you do have, it's like you have a library in your head, okay? But a library where everything is just placed there and the books are closed doesn't serve much. What you have, either it's already developed or spirit is coming in to tell you there's more. There's more to yourself, okay, that you can actually bring to the table. Is the capacity to sit down and have a clear look at the library and magically or intuitively be able to see the the luminous dots or the hilos, the threads that connect one book to another, or just that one information that is lost on page 52 that perfectly connects with that other information that comes from book 95 on page 53, something like that. Okay, and there is no one who actually who actually taught you this. Okay, people, professor, teachers, schools, parents, whatever, they might have taught you, hey, this is the title of the book, um, it contains such and such information, it is important for this and that, but you have that upgraded capacity. And I do see that for some reason, it's something that stays hidden. It's a part of you that stays hidden, and you're either wondering. Okay, I'm going to start pulling out your clarifier. It does make sense. It does. Yup. Okay. What isn't a good idea? So this 2 goes here. Okay. So I see that you might be wondering whether anyone is ever going to see that. For some of you, it's that you're not aware of how more beautiful, because when you, okay, so many information all at once, but there's this, let's call it a theory, okay, or knowledge that is being shared about beauty and about how to switch it on and off, but from within. And so one very, very shiny example is the study of Marilyn Monroe, where you can find videos, I think I made some, of people who are able to switch from like a quite plain, like normal facial expression, and then go into like mermaid siren mode, okay? And so some work this type of skill, like models have to have it quite a lot, but some work it like, okay, I'm going to use my siren eyes or something like that. Others, it's like they call it the Marilyn effect. But what I'm trying to say is this: sorry, I just received a message. This is the type of hidden beauty that you probably weren't even taught that it was beauty. Because I see that at some point in your past, you kind of had to learn how to isolate yourself whenever things were rough, or you had to resolve something, or you had to come up with something. Something in your environment wasn't really in your favor, wasn't really there for you. And so I see you becoming smart in the dark. The thing is that if you were to, yeah, and this is your comfort zone. This is your comfort zone. This is why it's so difficult for you to let other people see that light in, like that secret charm in your eyes. Because it feels like a risk. It's because it's something that perhaps you didn't even see. You might be one of those people who kind of had to outsmart their parents. So you might have grown with this twisted appraisal of either parenthood, adulthood, okay? Like you had that example, it was a bad example, you had to become smarter than them, and it does fuck up the perspective. It's just a fact, okay? And as long as you, like, until you actually become conscious of how you see them and why, it can bias you towards new connections. And so perhaps you didn't even see this beautiful flow coming from the people supporting you, and for others of you, or could be the same scenario, it's more about like literally having to hide that because you were dealing with untrustworthy caretakers, okay, who were more focused on hating on you and being destructive than actually help you explore the world. So I see that you're coming off with a quite the introverted energy. I'm sorry, I just need to fix my window. You will not even feel it. Okay, for some of you, there was something about your need to eat. Like you might have been conditioned to only do things in order to eat, which does require quite some hard work. And now you might be at a crossroad in your life. Okay, could be like maybe you're having your Saturn return, maybe you're entering a new decade in your life, maybe you're about to move cities, maybe you're about to change jobs. Like you are currently aware of your transformation, or you're currently aware of your progression as an adult. And you might be wondering, like I was here, am I even attractive? Or am I like do I have my own beauty? And the thing is, yes, and there's more basically. Okay, there's more to what you can have. There's more to what reality can offer you. But there's a dimension of risk taking that I see that is irking you quite a lot. Okay, I am literally evaporating right now. I need to do something with my hair. I thought that things were going to get fresher at this hour of the day, but oh my god. Okay, give me a second. You will not even feel it. Alright, so I don't like what I did, but at least I can think. So this is not about you forcing a hyper expressive sensuality that doesn't necessarily belong to you. It's not about forcing yourself into becoming a bombshell if the minute where you wear a certain type of stuff you don't feel comfortable in your body. The thing is that there is this hidden universe, because there is a lot within you and you know it, and you're consciously hiding it. No, this is the type of stuff that you need to become comfortable in sharing. Your thought process makes you beautiful. Once you start sitting down and explaining to someone why you do things the way you do, that is when you might not even notice. Okay, if you are curious, if you don't believe me, you can do it in front of a mirror. Thing is, it's uncomfortable as fuck in the beginning. So you either believe me or you give it a try. Or in front of a camera. Okay, you need to put yourself in a position where you can actually see the switch once you are not concerned with what people see and you are simply focused on your own vibration, and you are able to place yourself in that comfortable mental space where you are able to sit down and all of a sudden everything is clear. I see that element, I know what it means, I know exactly what's going to happen if I mix it with this, and the explosion is going to look amazing. It's also that, the pleasure that you take from being smart. No, not everyone is supposed to like that. You are not even supposed to pitch yourself to people who are not educated to receiving you. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if this was a thing internationally. When I was a child, I used to watch Johnny Bravo. Like who? Oh my god, that was something. So it's not about re-educating the Johnny Bravo in your town and teaching them that you are actually the best option because you have this secret charm, because you have it. But the problem is that the both of you would not be a match because the Johnny Bravo might have the muscle shine, but when the two of you talk, this person might not even be able to bring you to your state of flow. And so you are being plunged back into a sense of frustration where it's like, okay, if I cannot access to these mundane codes, then I'm on the outside and I just need to speed over it. And okay, what is this? What is this? What is this? There's the crowd. Something about the crowd going in the opposite direction, and it's okay, but you also need to make sure that you do not do it to your own detriment, basically. Like the need to be different, the need to like set yourself apart, isolate yourself, doesn't have to become something that hinders you in the first place. Self-defense terms. Be constructive. Be constructive. Yeah, it's not about demolishing standards or notions of beauty that do not belong to you or do not suit you. You have your own food to eat, okay? You are a shark in your own in your own glory, or in your own rights. I'm getting subculture. You might find your crowd in some sort of subculture or cultural events. Yeah, okay, something that I used to be quite the party beast. Okay, especially while I was studying. Um, I had friends telling me like, how the fuck can you even do that? Because I would score perfect grades and then I would work part time, like in parallel with my studies, and uh, I would party like a beast, like a beast. Okay, sometimes it was. I was outside the majority of the week. Basically, I would rest 2 or 3 weeks, but the majority of my nights I was outside, and it was purely to cope. Okay, sometimes I wasn't even having fun. I was just looking for an outlet to express all the excess caffeine that, like, it was a cycle because I would go out to take the stress of myself, and then I will wake up trashed, like fully. So of course I need to go out because I have a schedule, I have responsibilities. So coffee, and then another coffee because I eat and I haven't slept enough, and then by the end of the day I'm still hyped. I'm actually trashed, but my body still needs release. So there I was on my way to the bar. And when I started exploring my sobriety, I had to sit down and negotiate. Okay, what is it that is truly harming me in this process? Is it wanting to have fun? I don't think that is. I mean, that's pretty human. Is it wanting to dance? I don't think that's the problem. Um, is it wanting to meet new people, wanting to be in new environments? No, science is telling us that we are literally built from connections. So, what is it? And it was the excess. It was the fact that I was not fully living a party life. I had goals, and I was more supposed to repurpose those needs. And I simply started becoming more conscious in, okay, what do I pick when I want to go out, when I feel the need to go out. First and foremost, when I feel the need to go out, sitting my ass down and thinking for me, do I really want to go out? Do I really have the energy? It's it's kind of like checking money. Do I have the money to go out and overspend? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Do I have the extra energy to go out and overspend my energy? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes it's discomfort and I just don't want to be with myself. And the more honest I am about this, the more I can actually select dates and places that are going to allow me to be in my flow all the time. I'm in my flow when I'm working, I'm in my flow when I'm sleeping, I'm in my flow when I'm going out, because I'm not forcing myself to be the life of the party at all costs. I'd rather go and enjoy the party. Why? Because I chose the party because there was something artistic going on there, and I was there because I was truly interested in the music. And then when I walk outside, I will have a memory that will last with me forever. And at the same time, I wasn't since I was comfortable in it because it was aligned. The energy was there, the money was there, the interest was there. I am also going to be way more prone to feel comfortable, to attract people who are aligned with my zone of comfort. And this is also just common sense. I mean, if I go to attend to parties and events that actually match with my personal interests, then chances to meet people who are on the same wavelength are also going to increase. People who are going to naturally see the charm, the secret charm in your eyes. Why? Because that is exactly what they're looking for. Because once you start talking a little bit about your thought process, they're going to tell you, okay, but sit down, tell me more. And not just ask you, okay, but what is? That's so boring. That's communication, and that's a sign as well. It means I need to fuck off. Thank you, but I've seen what I needed to see, and it's really not what I like to be looking at. Okay, so you do have potential to attract haters. Okay, you do have people who simply do not understand you. You might feel a little bit out of this world, a little alien, a little. Okay, I was trying to overlook the detail because unless I'm focusing on physical details, I use the symbols of the cards way more. But in this case, you might have blonde hair. I don't know why, but you might have blonde hair, and so you might. Okay, it's a controversial topic, but just in terms of aesthetic, go check the Anunnakis. They have their own views. I can't really talk about how much I know about this because of a disclosure agreement of a project that might, okay, something. But yeah, I'm still hearing this word subculture, subculture. The thing is that subculture is a bit problematic. Okay, so yeah, I guess that it's for your public image, and I really hope that you do not resonate with most of the ideologies. If you do, I don't think this is the right channel for you, to be honest. Like you might feel a little bit stomped over here and there. And if you have no idea about what I'm talking about, and you just want to know why the Anunnakis are pretty, just go and check it out and just study a little bit of the background, because if you start adopting a certain aesthetic, at some point you might be starting to be question, okay, why? And if the answer is simple, I look like that, I want to look like the prettier, the prettiest me. It can be as simple as that, but at least know what you are either buying into or separating yourself from, always. Okay? You can always make mistakes, but at least have that forma mentis, that mental shaping, that mental conditioning that pushes you to go further into things before you attach yourself to those, or you let them attach themselves to you. Yeah, you're coming off as a bit extreme when it comes to cutting people off or isolating yourself, which isn't a bad thing per se. This can also actually participate in your beauty, like knowing how to be firm when you're having a heart-to-heart, hard conversation. Like, this is, I'm going to stick to my guns. Okay, I know I'm right. You can yell at me, you can call me names, you can say that I'm a slut, you can say that I'm a moron, you can say that I'm disrespecting you. I know my shit, you are talking shit, and I'm not going to eat it. Okay? Again, make sure that you are doing it from a place of discernment and not just to set yourself apart, because this can hinder you. Okay, it's for your own good to work on your capacity to discriminate people, and it's not about sitting down and trying to make people feel bad for what they have or what they are, but is this person aligned with me? This is something that you can only know if you know yourself, if you know your beauty, if you know for a fact that you are beautiful, and that is not up for discussion. You are beautiful in your own rights. You are beautiful in your own terms. You are your own version of something beautiful. Okay? You can be a beautiful Viking beauty. You can be a beautiful Asian beauty, you can be a beautiful black beauty, you can be a beautiful Asian beauty, you can be a beautiful Mediterranean beauty. The more you spend time studying beauty, the more you become sensible to other people's hidden beauty, the more you will become able to allow yourself to see beauty in yourself, and the more you also become able to enhance that. Because you are going to see, okay, how I look more or less like those people. What did those people do or wear in the past in order to enhance themselves? What used to be their beauty secrets? Pantene. My respects. Billionaire, perhaps even more company. They don't know it all, though. Okay? I'm personally following one influencer in particular right now, and she's a makeup influencer, and she goes into like flea markets, and she finds old beauty trinkets from the past, okay? And then in her videos she's teaching you how to use that, and it's really fascinating, okay? It's one way to go beyond stuff, and then if you really start looking at her stuff, her style comes off as very unique, but it's only unique because it's not what you might see just any day on a magazine. It's because her inspiration comes from the past, but since she does it right now, it still comes off as innovative. Okay, because also there is, yes, this is what it is, your past. This is what it is, your past. There is there is a huge amount of information that is right behind you, your ancestors. How did your grandma look? How did you look as a child? Would you dare to call them ugly? Those versions of you, those are not ugly. Come on now. Be respectful towards yourself. Be respectful towards your elders. Be respectful towards the cells that created you. You might not have the best relationship with your mother, with your grandmother, with the women in your family, with the males in your family. Doesn't mean you cannot honor the DNA that was given to you. Now it's yours. You can choose to walk away from whatever type of toxic patterns was given to you, and you can walk away with the prize. Whatever type of extra capacity, this is not something that comes from nowhere. Perhaps your parents didn't develop it, and somehow you still snatched it. And it's okay to honor that, and it's okay to give yourself that credit for that. Yes. You know, I snatched this face, I snatched this brain, I snatched this arm, this ass, whatever. Okay. I snatched his eyes. Like you who? Okay, I think that now we're good. Thank you for tuning in, group number 1. Yeah, leave a comment if you feel called to. I am now moving on to the rest, so 2 and 3. Bye. Okay, group number 2, you have Yurinomea, my future tattoo card. I know I'm still torn whether I'm going to get this card this card as a tattoo or another one. This was even you know, and sometimes you make a mistake and it comes out even better than what you planned. Okay, so it's you change when you become sexy, basically, when you are aroused or attracted to something or to someone. You change. you undergo a metamorphosis, or you turn into this. There's a she-wolf in the closet. Okay, you turn into a little wolf. All right, so I had to go away a minute. This is also something, perhaps you know it, perhaps you don't, but it's basically, okay. I was getting different images. I was getting that clip from ASAP Rocky. Like I can't remember if he quotes the exact Roman quote, like I came, I saw, I conquered, but it's something like that. Okay, I came, I saw, I said, I won it, I got it. You can get anything that you want, okay? But of course, you need to follow the rules, basically, okay? It's not just it's not just about being desperate to assert your power, basically, okay? You need to be careful to that, because that is that is what can make you weaker. Okay, you need to have a north. Do you even know what your north node is? If you don't, go calculate that. Google can do that for you. Okay. Um, yeah. Your true north. Okay, because basically, if you manage to connect with that, if you manage to find out what this is about, um, why your energy calls you to do certain things, why you are more prone than other people to have certain type of experiences, it can basically show you the way. Okay, the rest of the natal chart will be very useful to enlighten certain patterns, certain blockages, or help you move forward um, along the journey. But you need to always be able to come back to that original energy so that you can measure your actions and not go out of your way, basically, to just assert your power, because it's like a 5 minutes win, but it's like your fire is going nowhere. Okay, you're just spitting it out. And I do see that. Sorry, I just received a message. I do see that you have a path, but there are traps. It's like once you actually see whatever it is that you are meant to do, it is going to cause the secret charm of your eyes to come out. Okay, it's like cool. They how do they call it, the Cupernix there, the Cuper cube. Precursor. The focus there. Okay, like you lower a little bit and you look all straight. So once it is going to be shown to you what your path is where your path is supposed to go, it is going to feel like a straight line. Okay, it is going to feel like clear as the day. Yes, I have the vision. I know where I'm going to find my harmony, and I have the firepower. Okay, I have the stamina. I have it. Whatever it is that I have it. Whatever it is that is required, I have it. I have it. The thing is that there are traps, and you are only going to be touched by the traps if you swing away from your path. And the thing is that the line is very thin. The path can be long, and the traps can be loud. Not only loud, but they can also be dense, meaning that it's not. Okay, once you realize that it's meant to be, you are also going to realize that it's not necessarily meant to be. Meaning, you're given a map. That's your destiny. That's your preferred destination. Now, it's your job to turn on the GPS and drive on a straight line. Okay, do not fuck up. And you cannot stop until you have arrived, and doubt is going to be placed on your path. Okay, and when that comes, that is when your secret charm is supposed to get activated and bring your eyes back onto the prize. some sick edits on TikToks. They makes me forget how to act my age. But at the same time, I've never been this age before, so. I'm also doing what the fuck I want. And I mean, I'm not harming anyone. Not that I know of. Not that, I mean, actually, yes, but like not directly. Some people get into some sort of offended mood just because I choose to be happy, and then what can I do? Okay, like, am I supposed to call any of you and cry on the phone so that you can have a proper day, or can we stop the fuckery? Okay. Yeah, you're a pro, you're a pro, you're a pro, but some of those traps can and will trap you if you let them, basically. Like, whatever type of pull you can feel towards your destiny, you're the only one who can choose that. You're the only one who can keep your inner fire alive. Because I do see that you can be fruitful regardless, basically. You can have your happy outcome regardless. But keeping your fire lit up, this is something that can only happen if you stay on your path. It's like me. I mean, I know I'm a very amazing girlfriend. Like, I know it. I know it. If it was possible to leave honest girlfriend reviews, I know I would have my rights to get pissed off if I were to receive a bad review. I never got married though. Okay, I never got married though. And the reason is very simple. I mean, can be seen as very complicated, but in my eyes, it's very simple. I was never allowed to be my best version, and I'm like, this is a waste for both parties. Because if I manage to stay in this energy, everybody wins. Whoever is going to be by my side is not only going to have the good girlfriend that I can be regardless, but you can have the magic too, and I can have the magic too, and everybody has the magic, and everybody's happy, okay? And I was being offered, okay, like, okay, just stop. You focus on your studies just a little bit, and then you take care of the family, and I get a house there, and we just make a bunch of kids, and we try and live a happy ever after, okay? Like, I was being offered the whole deal, okay? Like, I had literal friends telling me, are you crazy? Okay, I'm here trying to convince my boyfriend to take me out on a date. You're refusing a ring, like, are you cuckoo bananas? But I was aware of something. And that something was that whatever type of ring was not being offered to me. I knew I had to develop more. I knew I had to reach a different type of stage of happiness in my life to even decide, okay, do I even want to get married? Under which condition? Which type of person? I don't want to be chosen just because I can tick away the boxes. I don't want to be chosen because my girlfriend performance is high, because it is. But that's not the point. I'm not auditioning for that. I want to audition to life so that I can be happy, the happiest that I could ever be, and give that happiness to whoever is going to be able to me. Sorry, I lost a boyfriend, so I get emotional. Just give me a minute. Okay, sorry. I'm usually able to separate my personal experiences from reading, but these past few days have been very, very harsh. Um, I've been receiving the worst type of energy from his family, and it's quite hard to swallow, to be honest, because when you see people disrespecting the love you had, even after so much time, it just makes me want to punch them all in the face, to be honest. I have been beyond respectful with these people, making sure that everyone could have their own grieving process, knowing that mine was going to be particularly violent, especially because uh, his death was classified as a mystery, and with the knowledge that I have, I am pretty confident in being able to say that there's no mystery behind that, just unwillingness to see things for what they are. And everything is there, to be honest. At this point in time, I gave all the elements that could have been missing from somebody else's vision, and from people who actually do have the mental capacity to understand this type of knowledge. The only thing that I could possibly accept would be, okay, but we do not have the heart to operate based on this information. It's okay, perhaps you feel like you lost enough. Me taking a separate route from the person I've been pointing the fingers to is liberatory. I'm losing nothing. I have already lost everything that I could have possibly lose. In that sense. So what I'm not willing to accept or excuse is still having the audacity to have something to say about the way I'm dealing with my pain. I haven't seen any of you doing much about it, so what the fuck can you even say? I know that some of you watch my videos, so if you catch this information, I can even tell you that in your faces. I don't care at this point. So basically, this is also telling us that there's something about loss, your capacity to lose. You're a good loser. You're a good loser, and I say this with the uttermost respect, because a good loser is the one who gets into the ring regardless. He's the one who knows that they might get taken down. The one who knows that their nose might bleed, their mouth might get shattered, they might get bruised, and it might hurt. And they still get up, and then they get knocked down, and they'll still get up. Why? Because they have a vision. They see the cup. They know it can be theirs. They know it takes taking a few punches to get there. But they do it anyways. Because that is their inner fire. That is what their inner fire is telling them to do. Yeah, be very, very careful for anything that comes to you too fast. Some things are being placed on your path to trap you. I think I talked about this in other videos, is the type of hell that can feed you just enough to keep you there, but also to keep you in a state of constant stress. Because you know that it can close over your head at any given time. You know that you can only be intertwined with the situation as long as you suffocate yourself, and that's not the purpose. That is not how you can maintain your inner beauty alive. Because this is the type of stuff that passes the test of time. This is the type of stuff, like your eyes, studying the beauty of your eyes, it's quite valuable, because you can study the beauty of your hair, then you start having a bad month, and all of a sudden that's not a viable resource anymore. You can study the beauty of your booty, then you have a bad month again, and that's gone. Or age comes. Okay, like investing a whole lifetime in your booty might not be. I don't know. I don't know why I got the two mixed up, but anyway, investing your whole life in your booty is an option. Okay, is an option. It's definitely not a forever option, or definitely not for everyone. It takes a smart person to keep on investing in their booty. Okay. And on the other way around, if you study the beauty of your eyes, that is something, when you learn what it comes from, that is something that you can continuously nourish if you're willing to fight for it, though. Which, as we saw, okay, but I see, like, what you emanate is raw power. So I also see you, or kind of life bringing you, if you choose to take the step, bringing you to a space of fuck it. Bring a mental space of fuck it, where you realize that you were actually born to be free like that. That whatever type of discomfort that is being shown to you, this is something that you can eat for breakfast. Like, do not let your ego get in the way, because this is basically renouncing ego in order to access your greater potential. This is letting spirit take in the reins, believing in the fact that spirit made you great, and that whatever you are going to be led, it's to help you express your greatness. And so you might have to lose stuff. You might have to lose stability, connections, beliefs, whatever. But the moment where you are in this raw and naked energy, when you're like, what am I even going to do tomorrow? You're going to start your adventure. That's what you're gonna do. Okay? You're going to start searching for your true north. You are going to actually, or if you already know what your true north is, you hitting this total I don't give a fuck point, it's what's going to propel you even further, because it's like, okay, I don't even have baggage anymore. Like, I don't have people to please. I don't have, I don't know, bills to pay. Whatever it is that was tying you down is being removed, so that you can connect with your raw power. Okay, like, rah! I'm gonna do whatever it is that it takes. I don't care. Even if it's ridiculous, I don't care. If I need to do something stupid. Do not do something stupid, though. Like, not unnecessarily stupid. Just, it might feel stupid because it challenges your sense of stability, but if you know that it's in the right direction, okay? Whoop! Your clarifiers. And we are running. Oh my god. I'm so late. I'm so late. Sorry. Yeah, you have a little bit of a loner vibe, telling me that you might be either the only one in your family who has these abilities, who has this path even. Like perhaps you come from a family where everyone has like the white collar and you're like the black sheep, and there's a reason for that. You are meant to live a totally different life, and that's okay. Trigger them. Who gives a fuck? Don't be afraid. Okay, don't be afraid that you might not get results as good as theirs. You have your own results. You're not supposed to copy and paste the life of the people around you. You have the power to manifest a reality that is completely yours. This is beautiful, but this cracks me up. Okay, one last. Ooh, yeah. Okay, protect your dreams though. Make sure that you have a protective approach. Make sure that your inner world is protected, because you might not be able to express it in the same exact place where you start developing. You might have to leave your 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 downtown. No, your like your childhood town, your birthplace. Could be a country, and then start over. So there's a whole process of cutting the umbilical cord, letting go, trusting in what you're able to manifest and bring to your own table, basically. I do see people being triggered by the things that you let go, basically, by what you choose to undo in order to set yourself free. It is going to make certain people very uncomfortable. Okay, those are people who are still stuck in those type of behaviors. These people might not even be happy with it, but they still feel the obligation to replicate that. So be aware of it. They're not talking to you in order to protect you. You will need to protect yourself against them. And it can be just as simple as not giving them the time of the day. Okay, like, sorry, I don't care. I have my own rendezvous. Okay, I don't have the time to explain you why I can't follow you around for 2 days. I might not even know what type of event is going to pop up or what type of opportunity is going to pop up in those 2 days. But I know that energy is only mine to explore. It will make sense to you as well in like a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Just give it time. I just don't have the time to let you spoil my own manifestation because you're a piece of shit and talking trash is all that you can do. So what are we gonna do about it? Okay, I really have to move on so that I can squeeze in group number 3. See you soon. Leave a comment down below. This can help me confirm the messages or can help other people too. Bye. All right, group number 3, you have Orion. Sigma. The more I study the subculture, the more I'm amazed at what people do outside in the world. So, something about your pain, your past pain. Sorry, my dog almost took down something. You have been subjected to some form of deep betrayal. This came from someone you were breaking bread with. This could have been in your own family, or soul family, but This is something that runs deep. And this is, people might see that you're kind of on your own. They might wonder why you don't talk, why you walk. You might be a little bit of, sorry, a workaholic. Okay, you're mostly focusing on work. Um, you might also be on a path, like, for some of you, it's about someone who abused you, like sexually abused you while you were out of your lucid consciousness, and you kind of have a very tiring mission that includes making them pay for what they did to you. You have this karmic contract where you are supposed to bring justice, or just, to see yourself as that drop in the ocean that is going to score a point for the team of justice. It's not to take it from a place of ego, it's just a fact, okay? You are busy resolving stuff, but it's unfortunate stuff. It might not be just unfortunate, but you have a part or a portion of unfortunate stuff on your plate, of deep betrayal that you need to undo, that you need to uncover, that you need to recover yourself from, and it's a long journey. You might have, in Spanish they call it the, I mean, I don't know if it's the same, but the best way that I have to translate it is the 1,000 yards gaze. Okay, when people start deeply looking into your eyes, they can catch or have a glimpse of how deep your pain goes, of how dark it was, whatever type of situation that you encounter. This is something that you might not even be aware that it participates to your beauty. I do see some, but this is definitely something that you do need to be aware of, that this is something that does transpire through your eyes. Okay, your past trauma is visible through your eyes. So some people might see it as a sign of beauty, but you need to be aware that some people see it as a sign of vulnerability. So you really need to be aware of people lying to you, because people see you as an easy prey. Like, bad people see you as an easy prey. So you do need to work on your discernment when it comes to detecting bad people, and this comes from doing your emotional healing. Your memories, your bad memories are going to remain there, okay? Do not be afraid of losing touch with what was done to you if you heal, because I do see that some of you might be afraid that once the moment comes of actually having to testify for yourself, because you're not, struggling as much as you did when everything happened, then you are not going to be believed. That's not the point. Okay, your healing, your mission is going to be completed in an easier way if you take care of yourself and you do take the time to regenerate the body parts where the pain is stored. The mental pain, the mental memory. If you're afraid of losing details, something that you can do is write it down when it's still fresh. It can be, it doesn't have to be fresh as in it happened yesterday, okay? But as long as the trauma is still unhealed, according to your brain, according to your nightmares, it's still fresh, okay? So you can use that freshness to write it all down. You write all the details, you store it, and then you heal. And you know that it's there, okay? some people see you as unstable, like an unstable mess. And again, some people might find it enticing, okay, like, okay. Partying with group number three can get wild, okay? And some people might feel a sense of rejection towards it, like, okay, their energy is a bit too shaky for me. I don't know if I can actually hold up a conversation. Some people are simply more linear. They might not have experienced this type of darkness. They might be on a completely different path. They may have completely different karmic cycles. So it's not even like a reason to feel bad about yourself or to feel bad about the information about you that transpires. It just helps you discriminate people better, and it's not about all the people that are being who don't feel welcome in your energy are necessarily your enemies. Okay, they they're just on a different wavelength. Okay, and sometimes when you actually zoom out, sometimes, okay, take this with a grain of salt, but when you actually zoom out, you can notice some type of patterns in letting yourself bask into the unicity of your beauty, letting yourself bask into choosing who to be vulnerable with, letting yourself bask in the confidence of also knowing that whoever feels threatened by the energetic information that comes off you is probably not also going to offer you anything that is actually going to help you, or that is actually going to be a part of your daily life, like fast and last. And it's like you might have to walk away from different situations because of how your energy is perceived. But the good news is that once you actually walk inside the right room, you know for a sweet mathematical fact that that's the right room for you. Like everything is aligned, but it's because you allow yourself to be as unique as you are, including with your pain. And it's not about romanticizing the pain, it's not about marrying the pain, it's not about making the pain the only constant thing in your life. It's about accepting that it's there, that it's a part of you, that there is there is a very specific set of experiences that you can have through the handling of this pain, and then not everyone. Sometimes those are also going to be very lonely experiences, because not everyone is supposed to share time with you, understand your thought process, understand why you do the things they do and how they make you feel, nor be able to give you the proper type of validation for the type of experiences that you go through. You might be someone who had to or will have to pat themselves on the back quite a lot. So what is my dog doing now? Sorry. I I never know what to expect when he just stands in the middle of the room, staring in front of him, and just trying to come up with ideas. So I can see that he's still charged. I'm just trying to see if he can be patient about it. I will have to probably go out with him once again. Self-defense charms, though, before the clock runs out. Yeah. Okay. You might have to require the help of a specialist. Okay. Meaning that either some people might think that you need therapy, or this is simply related to the fact that you are going to be able to bask in your own energy, to bask even in your darkness in some capacity after you go to therapy. And and for others of you, it's about some sort of specific physical therapy that you might need to undergo, because the people that you dealt with when you went through the dark experiences that you went through, like their energy was fucked up. Okay, either for some of you, like they were on literal drugs, and so you might want to like check your health to see if everything is okay, especially if we're talking about sexual abuse. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm getting that you are supposed, for some of you, you are going to be supposed to be very cutthroat when it comes to the type of care that you require from doctors. Okay, you need to make sure that doctors are aware that you have this type of trauma, that you need to be treated according to those type of symptoms, and anyone who is not capable of having that vision and just give you pills, I'm sorry, but they need to go. Or at least you need to have the discernment to tell yourself, okay, I am going to treat these physical symptoms, but I can't lose focus of the big chunk of dark energy that is still present in me, and that has to go out at some point. Okay, it has to go out. You might have to test and experience different type of methods of healing. You might have to go through like either weird life experiences, or just go on full blown healing retreats, because your body just randomly, you will realize that it's never random, but your body randomly seems to shut down. So the only thing that can put you back on track is sometimes violently force the system to keep on circulating. So force yourself to eat even if you start vomiting, and accepting the vomiting as a release. Okay, but also keeping yourself nourished and keeping yourself on track. Like, releasing trauma is dangerous. Okay, releasing trauma is not something that can be done in 2 weeks. Releasing trauma, especially the earlier the trauma, the harder it is. Okay, I was just trying to verify his peeping Tom. He's still outside. He found love recently, and he's still outside all the time. Come on. Keep him more busy, girl. What can I say? Anyway. Sorry. Okay. It's one of those, like, if you know, you know. Sometimes I get really bothered by neighbors and stuff, and it's all ongoing gossip on my Instagram. Sometimes I'm a bit gossipy like that. Anyway, what I was saying about healing from trauma is that you might have to dedicate several eras of your life, not just areas, just eras of your life to healing trauma. Precisely because you had to take and swallow dark energy that wasn't yours, and now you need to find different ways to take it out. Okay, it's like some areas might be dedicated to making your body stronger again. Other eras might be actually dedicated to purging. Okay, it's a little bit of everything all of the time. Then there's emotional work, then there is healing the memories. Okay, sometimes it takes a lifetime. So, group number 3, thank you for tuning in. I hope this gave you clarity, and see you soon. Leave a comment down below if you feel called to. And I think that was all. Thank you.